Rain hammered the glass of Vale Tower. The city glowed below, a mirror of neon on wet stone. Elevators hummed. Keyboards clicked. The night shift began to fade. Then the world cracked. Gunfire. Screams. Glass bursting like ice. Alarms howling from the rafters. Sophia Vale, 34, froze for a heartbeat. She wore a crimson dress that fit like armor. Her hair was dark, precise, controlled. Her eyes knew how to bend rooms to her will. Tonight, those eyes widened. Real fear found her. Across the floor, a janitor stopped moving. Michael Reed stood still as a statue. Calm. Focused. Hands steady. Chest lifting on a measured count. 4 in. 4 out. He watched the shadows, not the noise. He tracked angles, exits, weapons. No one noticed him on a normal night. They noticed him now. 2 men burst from the stairwell with rifles. Black masks. Gloves. Smooth steps. Their plan was tight. The taller one spoke with a slight drawl. The shorter one moved in tight arcs. They did not look like street thieves. They moved like men who had practiced. Robert Kane, head of security, fumbled his radio. Sweat ran into his collar. The codes he barked went nowhere. His voice cracked. He pressed himself to the wall and failed to stand tall. Anna Brooks, Sophia's assistant, was still at her desk. 29. Smart. Quick hands. She ducked behind a table and covered her head. Her phone shook in her grip. Michael's eyes mapped the field. 3 people in the open. 2 good hiding spots. 1 heavy desk that could shield bodies. He made small signals. A nod toward the printer alcove. A glance at the support column. Jennifer from HR saw him first. She crawled. Daniel from IT pulled John from finance and followed. Sophia tracked that quiet choreography. The janitor was leading without a word. He wasn't loud. He was effective. Her heartbeat began to slow. She let herself breathe. The tall gunman saw her. He pointed. His voice cut the room. You are Vale. Open the executive vault. Now. Sophia's mouth was dry. She knew what lived in that vault. Prototypes. Contracts. Keys that could break nations. It needs 3 people, she said. 3 cards. 3 scans. The barrel touched her temple. Cold metal. Cold quiet. Do not lie. Robert shrank another inch. He stared at his shoes. His radio sagged in his hand. Michael stepped forward. Not fast. Not sudden. He kept his palms open. She told you the truth, he said. His tone was calm. Clear. 3 cards. 3 scans. I clean this floor every night. I see the routine. The shorter gunman swung toward him. Who are you? Michael, he said. The janitor. I see everything because nobody looks at me. If you hurt her, you get nothing. You lock the building. You bring the feds. You lose your exit. The tall one hesitated. The muzzle drifted between Sophia and Michael. The sirens pulsed. Red lights washed the steel. Where are the other 2 execs? The tall one asked. Mr. Chun, floor 48, Michael said. Ms. Rivera on her way to the garage. She leaves at 11:50. Sophia stared at him. How did he know so much? How often had he stood in her office while she never learned his name? The emergency lights died for a breath. Then the backups came on. Red glow. Long shadows. The elevators locked with a dull thud. Move, the tall gunman shouted. East stairs. Now. People stumbled to the exit. Chairs scraped. Paper drifted like snow. Michael leaned close to Sophia. Stay near me, he whispered. When I say run, you run. Do you understand? She nodded. Her throat ached. She hated that she trusted him already. She also knew she did. They moved with the crowd, but Michael steered them near a maintenance door. His eyes clipped to Robert. The head of security was texting under the table. Calm now. Too calm. A message flashed and vanished. Inside job. The thought hit Michael like cold water. They reached the stairwell. The gunman pushed the group downward. 3 people were missing. Michael did the count in his head. He knew where they were. I left my insulin, he said to the tall man. 30 seconds. It is in my cart. I will crash without it. Too bad, the short one snapped. You want a medical collapse while you juggle hostages, Michael said. Let me go. She comes with me. The tall one cursed. Go. Make it fast. Michael pulled Sophia into the maintenance corridor and shut the door. The hallway smelled of dust and oil. 3 are still hiding, he said. We are getting them and using the service lift. It runs on a separate system. How do you know all this? She asked. Later. They moved. They found John under a table. They lifted him. They grabbed Jennifer and Daniel from the conference room. The red light painted their faces. Distant boots pounded. Voices barked. Sirens rose. The service elevator groaned. The doors closed. Metal sighed. Police will need maps, Michael said. He tapped his phone. I am sending routes. The car lurched at floor 32. It stopped with a shiver. They cut the lifts, he said. Out. He pried the doors. Cold air rushed in. A stair door banged above. Footsteps came fast. The shorter gunman appeared and fired. The shock was thunder in a tunnel. Heat brushed Sophia's cheek. Michael shoved her to the wall and took the hit in his shoulder. He did not fall. He ripped a fire extinguisher from the bracket and threw. It struck hard. The gun skittered down the steps. Move, Michael said. His voice stayed level. Blood soaked his sleeve. They ran into the dark. They pushed through a gray hallway that smelled like rain and copper. The red lights pulsed like a slow heartbeat. Michael's breath stayed even. Sophia matched it. In, out, in, out. Her heels clicked. She held them in her hand and ran barefoot. North stairs, he said. Down to 28. That is a police choke point. How do you know that? She asked. I have eyes. They stopped at a doorway. Michael pressed his ear to the frame. Silence above. Muffled shouts below. Clear, he said. Go. They descended. John stumbled. Jennifer helped him. Daniel carried a first aid kit that he had ripped from a wall. The stairs felt endless. Sophia kept glancing at Michael's shoulder. Blood seeped through his shirt. He noticed. It is through and through, he said. Bad sting. Not lethal. Who are you? She whispered. Later, he said again. They reached floor 28. The door opened to a corridor lined with glass offices. Far down the hall, blue lights flashed. Heavy boots stormed from a stairwell. Muffled commands. The first SWAT line. Hands high, Michael called as he stepped into view. He dropped the recovered rifle. Hostages. CEO present. Weapons lowered. Officers moved fast. They pulled Sophia in. They sat Michael on a rolling chair. An EMT snapped on gloves. Alcohol stung. Gauze pressed. I am not leaving him, Sophia said. Her voice had steel again. He stays near me. Ma'am, we need to clear you, an officer said. He stays, she repeated. He saved lives. A captain sized Michael up. He saw the way the man sat. Not slumped. Alert. Evaluating. He nodded. Fine. 10 seconds, the captain said. Who is the inside link? Michael's eyes flicked to Sophia. Say it, she said. Robert Kane, Michael answered. Head of security. He texted during the breach. He was calm when fear should have hit him. The attackers knew the vault protocol and the exact minute our lower staff rotates. Only Robert tracks that list. Evidence, the captain asked. Check his logins. Cameras on 49 and 50 went dark 60 seconds before the breach. Remote kill. Only his console can push that override. He has used a burner for 2 months. He meets a man twice a week in the East Garage. I logged the plates. Sophia stared. Her lungs forgot how to work. You logged plates, she said. You knew. I suspected, Michael said. Being sure takes time. Tonight, move the clock. Who are you? The captain asked. Michael Reed, he said. Night staff. The captain held the gaze a second longer. He gave a tight nod. Understood. Michael's phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number flashed and died. He glanced at Sophia's phone. Call Robert, he said. Speaker. Tell him you are heading to the precinct. Ask him to meet you with the footage. She dialed. The line clicked. Sophia, Robert said. Warm. Polished. Thank God. Are you safe? I am coordinating. We need to talk. I am going to the precinct, she said. Bring the footage. All of it. Meet me there. A pause. Short. Sharp. Of course, he said. On my way. The line ended. Michael texted again. He sent timestamps. He sent map pins. He sent a 7-digit tag for a hidden backup he had created months ago. Why did you have that? Sophia asked. Because nobody sees a janitor, he said. I can stand next to a camera and back it up. I can collect copies while I mop. People talk near brooms. They forget to hide the truth. The captain's radio crackled. Teams on 42 engaged. The 2 gunmen were pinned in a stairwell. One shouted. Another shot cracked the echo and went dead. Sit tight, the captain said to Sophia. We have the floors. We will move you soon. The EMT tightened the bandage on Michael's shoulder. He winced but stayed quiet. Sophia watched his hands. No shake. No tremor. Why did you come here? She asked in a softer tone. To this life. To this building. Because it is peaceful to be unseen, he said. Or at least it feels like peace. The elevator at the far end pinged. Doors slid open to an empty car. No one moved. Everyone listened. The car sat like a steel mouth. Michael leaned in. Low voice. Only for her. You build a tower that touches clouds, he said. It is easy to forget who holds up the ground below it. Do you see them now? Her chest tightened. She nodded. I do. He looked at the team captain. Check the vault now, Michael said. Do it before Robert arrives. He has already tried to wipe footage. He will do more if you give him time. The captain spoke into his radio. Fast. Precise. He sent a pair to the vault. He sent another to seize Robert at the precinct door. He used Michael's pins. The task force moved like a machine. A dull thud rolled from upstairs. The ceiling dusted the air. The lights flickered. The captain lifted his head. Breach charge, Michael said. They are desperate. They will try to cut through to the roof. How do you know that? Sophia asked. He met her eyes. What do you think I used to be? The corridor thinned into quiet. Officers passed. Voices clipped. Sophia sat by Michael while the EMT taped the last strip. Hold pressure, the medic said. You are lucky. Michael nodded. He flexed his fingers. He watched the exit lines on a mental map. Who were you? Sophia asked. Before mops. Before carts. He studied her for a beat. He looked past the dress and the title. He seemed to decide. Lieutenant, he said. Army. Recon. Then a unit that goes places without names. I left 5 years ago. Why did you leave? She asked. A mission went bad, he said. 3 friends did not come home. I carried their names for years. I still do. I tried to make myself small so the world could be quiet. Sophia listened. No judgment. Only breath. Only the slow hiss of ducting and rain. Tonight was not quiet, she said. No, he said. It was true. Some nights, ask who you are. You answer or you run. Boots approached. The captain returned. Vault team reports a missing device, he said. Prototype drive. Quantum encryption. The log shows a removal within the last hour. Sophia closed her eyes. She felt the floor drop an inch. Robert, she said. Your backups, the captain asked Michael. Michael pulled a thin metal drive from his pocket. It slid into the captain's hand. Light blinked. Camera 49. Camera 50. East Garage, Michael said. Start 3 hours before the breach. The footage replicates every minute. I set a hidden mirror months ago. I also logged Robert's console activity with a small bridge I plugged into a port under his desk. He never checked the underside of his own station. The captain looked at him for a long second. You are wasted on floors, he said. Michael's mouth twitched. Floors keep me honest, he said. The radio flared again. Suspects in custody, a voice shouted. No friendly losses. 1 suspect wounded. Both alive. The room breathed. The storm softened against the glass. Rain thinned into a steady patter. Time to leave, the captain said to Sophia. We are moving you to the precinct. I go with him, she said, nodding at Michael. You both go, the captain said. They rolled through the lobby. The marble shone under emergency lights. Red and blue strobes played over steel and glass. Night air hit cold and clean. Outside, sirens fell into distance. Cameras blinked on poles. Reporters huddled under hoods. A medic van waited with open doors. Sophia climbed in with Michael. The doors closed. The engine rumbled. She turned to him. You took a bullet for me, she said. You did not know if you would live. I knew I should try, he said. Why, she asked. Do you ask yourself that? Every time, he said. What do you hear? That people matter more than peace, he said. That I do not want to spend my life watching and never acting again. The van rattled over a seam in the road. The light inside was soft and white. The medic checked the bandage. The blood had slowed. Sophia's phone vibrated. A message from Robert lit the screen. On my way. Almost there. Bring your badge. Michael read it. He looked at the medic. Can you give us 5 minutes alone at intake? He asked. The medic nodded. If the captain agrees. The van swung left. The precinct rose. Concrete. Bright floodlights. A flag snapping at the pole. They stepped out under the awning. The air smelled of wet asphalt and coffee. Officers moved with quiet purpose. The captain met them with a tablet. We saw him, the captain said. He is almost here. Your mirror shows him killing the cameras. It shows him swapping badges with a contractor. It shows the garage meets. This will hold. Michael exhaled, slow and controlled. Set the cameras in the vestibule to loop, he said. Then drop the loop when he steps in. Let him think he is invisible one last time. The captain smiled without humor. Already done. A black sedan pulled to the curb. Robert stepped out. His suit was perfect. His hair was perfect. His eyes moved too fast. Sophia, he said. He spread his arms. Thank God you are all right. I have the footage. The captain stepped into view with 2 agents at his shoulder. Robert Kane, he said. You are under arrest for conspiracy and espionage. Robert's face drained. He tried to speak. He saw Michael behind Sophia. The janitor stood tall, despite the bandage. You, Robert hissed. You are nobody. Michael met his stare. People say that when they fear being seen, he said. Agents turned Robert to the car. Cuffs clicked. Camera flashes strobed in the rain. Sophia watched the door shut. She felt something inside her slide into place. Not triumph. Not rage. Clarity. She turned to Michael. Who would you be if you stopped hiding? She asked. Would you work for me, not as a ghost, but as a builder? He looked at the street. Water ran in thin rivers to the gutter. The city smelled new. I do not want money, he said. I want purpose. Then take it, she said. Do you step back into the light, when the light will expose every scar you carry? Morning came like a clean blade. The clouds broke. The tower caught the sun. The city blinked awake, as if nothing had happened. Inside the vault, agents moved like surgeons. They mapped prints. They logged gaps. They traced cables that should never have been touched. Sophia walked the perimeter with the lead investigator. She kept her hands at her sides. She kept her voice level. What is missing? She asked. A drive with a working quantum core, the agent said. Your notes say it will break current encryption when scaled. It will, she said. We are years away from safe rollout. In the wrong hands, it threatens banks, hospitals, defense. The agent nodded. We will get it back, he said. He did not promise how. He did not promise when. Down the hall, Michael stood with a small team. He wore a plain shirt and a sling. He pointed at a wall map of the building. He spoke in short phrases. Tech failed because people miss people, he said. We trusted walls and forgot eyes. We will fix both. He rewired the protocol in minutes. Stagger badge rotations. Randomize patrol paths. Pair guards who do not drink from the same coffee pot. Teach night staff to read patterns. Reward intel from anyone, not just those with titles. A guard raised a hand. You want cleaners to report security issues, he asked. I want human beings to report the truth, Michael said. Anyone can see a door left cracked. Anyone can hear a plan in a stairwell. That is how you win. He set up a small training in a break room. He showed how to breathe under stress. He showed how to move with cover. He showed hands what to do when voices get loud and vision tunnels. People leaned in. People repeated the steps. Fear turned into action. Sophia watched from the doorway. Her eyes softened. Then they sharpened. Head of security is open, she said later. Take it. Michael folded his arms. He looked out at the city. He took his time. I will take it on one condition, he said. I keep a small night route. One floor. One hallway. It keeps me honest. It keeps me close to the ground that holds your tower. She smiled. It surprised even her. It felt like something unclenched. Done, she said. The news found them fast. Cameras. Headlines. Commentators who never walked these halls. They called him the guardian janitor. Michael hated it. He kept his head down. He worked. At dusk, Sophia found him in her office. The windows were clean again. The glass had been replaced. The room smelled of lemon oil and new carpet. She poured 2 small glasses. I am supposed to offer you a bonus, she said. I would rather offer you a seat. He took the glass. He did not drink. He held her gaze. I do not need a seat, he said. I need honesty. From me, she asked. From both of us, he said. Silence held for a moment. Not empty. Full. Tell me one thing that scares you, he said. Dying alone in a room full of people, she said. Your turn. Failing the same test twice, he said. The city slid into gold. Light edged the towers like paint. Her phone buzzed. The agent from the vault called with news. The drive had not left the city. A courier stalled. A handler paused. The web shook when Robert fell. Sophia ended the call and told Michael. He nodded once. He held out his hand. Walk, he said. They took the stairs. They stopped on 32. The landing where he bled. He touched the rail. The metal was cold. Thank you, she said. The words felt new in her mouth. Simple. True. You are welcome, he said. 3 weeks passed. The building healed. The staff changed how they moved. People greeted the ones they had ignored. Names were learned. Stories were heard. Sophia and Michael met for dinner. Not a gala. Not a stage. A small place with warm bread and steam on the windows. They talked about towns with one stoplight. They talked about parents who loved achievement more than children. They talked about the right way to tie a tourniquet and why a family photo matters to a soldier. Can I ask you something? She said. Yes, he said. That night when you pushed me to the wall, you did not think. You moved. If you had died, would it have been worth it? He stared at the candle. He did not rush. Sometimes the cost is the proof, he said. You learn what you believe only when it costs you. She nodded. She understood. Back at the tower, the agents recovered the drive from a locker near the river. It was wrapped in plain brown paper. It looked like nothing. It felt like a bomb. They sealed it. They signed for it. They drove away without lights. Sophia stood at her window as the car turned the corner. Michael stood beside her. Do you ever think about leaving? She asked. Not the building. The life. Every day, he said. Then I look at what I can fix here. What will you fix next? She asked. You, he said, almost smiling. Starting with your habit of standing alone. Is that an order? She asked. It is an invitation, he said. Are you willing to change a life, if the first life that needs changing is your own? 6 months later, the tower held a gala under clear skies. The chandeliers burned white. Music floated like warm air. The city outside looked clean and endless. Sophia walked in wearing deep green instead of red. Her steps were measured, not defensive. Heads turned. People murmured. Beside her, Michael wore a simple tuxedo that fit like it belonged. He moved like he always had. Steady. Grounded. They did not make speeches. They did not pose. They spoke with small teams. They shook hands with cleaners and guards first. They thanked engineers by name. They listened to receptionists who had watched 1,000 faces in 1,000 moods. Reporters glanced up from their notes. Something had shifted in the building. People saw people. It showed. Robert Kane was serving 20 years. The two gunmen had cooperated. The court record told a story with dates and codes and meetings in a garage. None of that explained courage. None of that explained change. Sophia rebuilt policy with Michael's plan. Tech stayed. People rose. Night staff received training and bonuses. Badges rotated without pattern. A hotline took tips from anyone. Recognition moved across every floor. A quiet guard who reported a prop door stood on a stage next to an executive who closed a major deal. Both smiled. Both mattered. In the corner of the ballroom, Michael and Sophia found a pocket of space. The air smelled of citrus and linen. The city glittered through the glass. "No regrets," he asked. "About hiring my janitor as security chief," she said. "Or about falling for the man who saved my life." "Any of it," he said. "I regret not seeing you sooner," she said. "I regret how many names I never learned." "You are learning now," he said. He lifted his hand. She placed hers in it. They stepped onto the balcony. The night air was cool. The street below hummed. "Dance," he said. "There is no music," she said. "There is the city," he said. She laughed. It sounded like something unfastening. They swayed. Slow. Quiet. The tower was no longer a fortress. It was a place where people could be seen. "Tell me who you are when nobody is watching," he asked. "I am a woman who wants to build things that last," she said. "I am tired of wearing armor." "Keep the parts that protect you," he said. "Lose the parts that block you." "And you," she asked. "Who are you now?" "A man who stopped hiding," he said. "A man who still cleans one hallway at night because it calms his mind. A man who wants a life that is small and true even when the problems are big." She touched the bandage scar under his jacket. A pale line now. A reminder. "I used to think power meant being alone at the top," she said. "I was wrong. Power means choosing to stand with someone," he said. "And choosing again tomorrow." Inside, a young janitor pushed a cart. He glanced out at the balcony. He saw them dance. He looked down at his hands. He smiled and kept rolling. Someone had learned his name that week. It mattered. Sophia leaned into Michael's shoulder. The city breathed. The night felt clear. "You once said people matter more than peace," she said. "Do you still believe that?" "I do," he said. "But I learned something else. People can be the peace." She closed her eyes for a second. She let that settle. They walked back inside and crossed the floor together. A mechanic stopped them. He told Michael about a minor door sensor that had tripped twice. Michael listened. He took notes. He thanked him. He turned to Sophia. "This is how you keep tower standing," he said. "You listen. You do the small things. You repeat." She nodded. "Stay after," she said. "The office is quiet at midnight. We can talk without lights and noise." "About what?" he asked. "About the next program," she said. "About the people we have not met yet. About us." He smiled. A real one. It changed his whole face. Midnight came. The city softened. Two glasses sat on Sophia's desk. They caught the skyline. They held nothing and everything. Promises. Plans. Time. "Do you ever miss being invisible?" she asked. "Sometimes," he said. "Then I remember who I am when you see me." "Who is that?" she asked. "Just Michael," he said. "Just Michael," she repeated. "That is enough." They stood at the window and watched the avenues breathe. What would change in your life if you chose to see the people you pass every day and let them see you back?